No, really, I swear, I play different games every now and then. Alright, maybe I'm going a little bit overboard with these Disney games. Anyway, this is The Lion King 2, Simba's Mighty Adventure. Aside from winning awards for an unnecessarily long title, the game also surprised me. A lot. But we'll get into that. The game was released in December of 2000 and had a PlayStation 1 and a Game Boy Color release. They are two rather different games though, at least in terms of gameplay. Maybe I'll look into the Game Boy Color version someday, but today we're talking about the PlayStation 1 version of the game. It's the story of the Lion King films. That means the first and the second film combined into one game. There's not much more to say about it really. Who doesn't know the Lion King story? The only thing that really surprised me playing through this game that it took me just an hour, which is less than the first movie on its own. You would expect that the game's time would outlast a film or at least be equal to it. This is at best a third of the time it would take you to watch the films. How does that happen? Well, they skip a huge amount. For instance, Mufasa's death scene isn't in the game. Well, I heard it is, but you need to unlock it by 100%ing the stage that comes before it. Anyway, after the Stampede stage, you just go right into the scene where Simba grows up with Timon and Pumbaa. No Mufasa death, no Scar's carrying Simba away, no Simba running away from the Pride Lands, none of that. Then you play one stage and suddenly you're already going back to face Scar. At first I assumed that was already the end of the game, but of course the second film is also in the game. But the same thing is done there. Huge parts of the film are skipped entirely. I must say, I am really annoyed by that. Downright horrible. It looks downright horrendous. The music is pretty much non-existent, and the voice acting makes me want to go sit in a corner and cry. Aside from the in-game models and textures looking really bad, they also have cutscenes they ripped from the film. Of course, these aren't quite Blu-ray levels of quality, but they feel out of place. If you're going to have a bad looking game, at least remake the cutscenes in your shitty engine, so they fit in. If you're playing this game for a good looking game, don't bother. This might be one of the worst looking PlayStation 1 games out there. So you're probably expecting after that horrible part of presentation that I'll say that the game at least plays nicely. Well, you're out of luck if you were hoping that, because it plays like shit too. There's two different kind of stages, 2D ones and 3D ones. The 2D stages aren't that bad, they kinda remind me of how Disney's Tarzan played. Nothing great or amazing, but nothing that's a pain to deal with either. The 3D stages, where you can move in one more direction, and then the 2D stages present a huge problem though. Precision jumping and simple things like turning are a huge pain, making sure that you'll miss jumps more than once, and you'll also probably miss some enemies, which results in them hitting you. This is especially bad in the final boss fight, for some reason. I had to spend 10 to 15 minutes of my 1 hour playthrough on just the final boss. I'm not sure that's a good ratio. At all. Altogether, I will have nightmares for weeks because of this game's gameplay. Do you really need a recap? Don't play this game. If you come across it, just throw it away, or hell, burn it! Don't ever go into this game expecting to have fun. Maybe the Game Boy Color version is better, who knows, but for the love of God, don't play the PlayStation 1 version. The only thing that's good about this is that it's only an hour of pain and suffering and not any more. Thanks for watching my in retrospect of, well, this game. I won't even say the title anymore, it doesn't deserve it. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my newest content. In the meantime, you can click the thumbnail on the top to watch my in retrospect on 102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the Rescue, and a thumbnail on the bottom to watch my in retrospect on Disney's Tarzan. Until the next time, I have been Vlogger, you have been awesome as always. Bye.